Hi, this is Munson from Munson Music, and we're going to talk about the basics of how you can play through an old Beatles song called I Want to Hold Your Hand. And it's going to start with an intro part that actually kind of turns up later on. But it starts on a C major chord. So we're going to take the first finger and put them on the B on the first fret, second finger is going on the D on the second fret, and the third finger is going to the A on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that makes a C major chord. It sounds really happy. And the other chord that we need for this opening lick is a D major chord. And the way you play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the second fret, second finger is going to go to the high E or the skinny E on the second fret, third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret, and if you strum just the top four strings with that, then that's called D major and it sounds really happy. The weird thing about the opening lick is it kind of does something we call syncopation, which is where some of the chords are on the upstroke instead of the downstroke. A lot of times if we were adding a strum pattern with this, normally you have your chords changing on the down. This opening lick though starts on ups and it makes changes on ups. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to take C major and go up, down, and then we go to a D with a up, and then a up, down, up. So we got C. So we maybe just want to try just that a lot because that turns up later too. So you got C with up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D on the up, down, up. And then from that lick, we're going to end up doing the D with a lot of down up. So we're going to go D with down, up, 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 down, up. So that's kind of our intro. So from the beginning, we got C, up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, yeah! And then from there, we're going to go to a G major chord for our verses. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to the low E on the third fret, and the third finger is going to the high E on the third fret. If you strum all those together, that makes a G major chord. And then from there, in our verses, we're going to be going to D major, which we kind of talked about in our intro. And then we're going to go to an E minor chord. And the way you play E minor, first finger is going to the A string on the second fret, second finger is going to the D on the second fret. And that makes an E minor chord, which sounds kind of sad. And then from there we're going to a B minor chord. And there's actually a couple ways you could play B minor. I'm going to be using the full bar B minor, where you take the first finger and put them across the entire second fret. Second finger is going on the B string on the third fret. Third finger is going to the D on the fourth fret, and the pinky is going to the G string on the fourth fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord. But a couple other ways that you could do B minor if that seems difficult for you is you could take the first finger and put them on the high E on the second fret, second finger on the B string on the third fret, and third finger on the D on the fourth fret. And if you strum just the top four strings, that's also another way to play B minor. Another way to play B minor is if you do the first finger on the high E on the second, second finger on the B on the third, but then take third finger and go to the D string instead on the fourth fret, and the pinky underneath him on the G string on the fourth fret, and then you could kind of strum the top four strings with that, and that's another way you can play B minor. But I'm going to be doing the full bar because it sounds just bigger. So for our verse progression from the beginning, we got G major, D major, E minor, B minor, G major, D major, E minor, B minor, but then we go to C major, D major, G major, E minor, C major, D major, G major, G major. Now, one way to make that more interesting is to add a strum pattern to it. My favorite 4/4 strum pattern is a down, down, up, down, up. So we took the G and just did that a lot. We'd have down, down, up, down, up, G, down, 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 G, down, down, G, down, down, up. So we took that strum pattern and we kind of put it with those chords from the verse. We'd actually start out with the G with the down, down, up, down, up, and then the D with down, 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 B minor, down, 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 B minor, down, 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 G, down, 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 D, down, 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 E minor, down. verse are kind of double time. So they're going by a little bit quicker. So actually we only have time really to do just the first half of the strum pattern on those chords. So we'll take the C and go down, down, up, and that's all we get to do on the C. And the same thing on the D. So we got D with down, down, up, G down, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, C down, down, up, D down, down, up. And then we get to the last G, then we're back to down, down, up, down, up. So G down, down, up, down, up. So all the way through the verse, and this can be a little weird on the having part, so you may want to have to practice that a little bit, like the C down, up, D down, down, G down, down, E minor down, down, C down, down, D down, down, G down, down, up, down, up. I know that can be a little weird, like especially if you're starting out. But from the beginning, just as an example, you got the G with down, down, up, down, up, D down, down, up, down, E minor down, down, up, down, E minor down. For the next chord, we got the C down, down, up, D down, G down, down, E minor down, down, C down, down, up, D down, down, and then we get the whole strum pattern like the last G down, down, G down, 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 D down, 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 E minor down, 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 E minor down, 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 G down, 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 D down, 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 E minor down. We go into our bridge part, and this is kind of cool because at the very beginning of, or the chorus part, I guess, depending on how you want to think about it, but the very beginning of it, instead of doing D major, it actually starts on a D minor, which sounds sad. So the way you play D minor, first finger is going to go to the high E on the first fret, second finger is going to go to the G on the second fret, third finger is going to go to the B string on the third fret, and if you strum the top four strings with that, that's called D minor. So all of a sudden it sounds kind of sad in the chord progression. But we're actually going to use that whole strum pattern for this part. So for our chorus, we got our, or I would actually, well, yeah, it's kind of a bridge. But anyway, so we got D minor going down, down, up, down, up, and then we go to G and do the same thing. G, down, up, down, up, and then we go to C, down, down, up, down, up, and then we go to an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, first finger and second finger are actually to stay in the same places for C, and third finger is going to go to the A or to the G string on the second fret. But to walk through that whole chord, you got first finger on the B on the first fret, second finger on the D on the second fret, third finger on the G on the second fret. If you strum all those, that makes A minor. So that's kind of our bridge chord progression. We got D minor, G, C major, A minor, D minor, G major, C, and then from there, the second time through, we're going to end up going to D major, and then kind of using our intro lick from the beginning, doing the up, down on the C, and the up, down, up on the D. But just to walk through that chord progression one more time, yeah, for the bridge, you got D minor, G, C, A minor, D minor, G major, C major, and then D major, C major, D major, C major, D major, and then more D major. So the way that works with the strum pattern is we actually end up with the whole down, down, up, down, up on the first part. So we have D minor with down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, B minor, down, down, up, D minor, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down. But then we go to the D with the up, down, up, and then C, up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D on the up, down, 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 up. And I know that's kind of crazy. So on that last part, you got let's see, D. Actually, let's go through the whole thing one more time. D minor, down, down, up, down, G, down, down. chorus. And we're back to G with down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, D minor, down, down, up, down, D minor, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, up, down, D minor, down, down, up, down, D minor, down, down, up, down. Then we're halving chords C down, down, D down, down, G down, down, D minor, down, down, C down, down, D down, down, the whole G down, down, up, down, up. And then for our bridge again, we got D minor, down, down, G down, 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 C down, 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 A minor, down, 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 D minor, down, down, G down, 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 C down, down, and then we start our intro, up, down, D on the up, down, up, C, up, down, D on the up, down, up, C on the up, down, D, up, down, 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 D, down, 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 D minor, down, 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 D minor, down, 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 G down, 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 D down, 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 D minor, down, 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 D minor, down, down, down. We're having chords C down, down, D down, down, G down, down, D minor, down, C down, D down, down. But then the last time, Paul McCartney's just Kool-Aids. Instead of going to the G, which is what you would expect, he psychs you out and goes to a B7 chord. So the way you play a B7 or a B dominant 7 is first finger goes to the D string on the first fret, second finger goes to the A string on the second fret, third finger is going to the G on the second fret, and the pinky goes to the high E on the second fret. All together that makes a B7 chord. You try to avoid the low E on that chord at all costs. So then we do a B7 with a down, down, up, down, up. It's kind of a psych out. So that's a little weird. So you got the C with the down, down, up, D, down, down, up, and then B7 to psych out. Down, down, up, down. And then it kind of comes back to that in the tag. We got the C with the halving again. C, down, D, down, down. So you're kind of expecting the G again, but he doesn't do it. He goes to C, down, down, up, down, and then gives you the G, down, down, up, down. So that's a little weird on the tag. And you're coming out of kind of the verse chorus part where you got the G. Let's see where you got the C, down, up, D, down, down, up, G, down, E minor, down, C, down, down, up, D, down, up. And then that's where we go to B7, down, up, down, and then C, down, down, up, D, down, down, up. And then when we go to C, down, down, up, down, and then G, down, up, down. So that's kind of the basics of what you would need to play through I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. So good luck!